mark if we beat you on Thursday. I absolutely love it, in the words of Kevin Keegan.
Allocated, Tommy Lee lifted up towards the edge of the area. Byrne tries to get underneath it. Lashley will hit it. Deflected. It's in! That's the move! Unbelievable! That's the move! Unbelievable! In the dying seconds, Bradford City have found the goal that sends them automatically into League One.
Right, let's get this show on the road, shall we? Wherever you are in the world, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, and welcome to the very delayed Chickens on the Loose podcast, Cardiff versus Bradford preview, and we are live on all social sites. Bit of housekeeping before we start. When people talking, if you can mute yourself. Also, I'll plug a couple of podcasts. So I want to plug the 1911 podcast. Also, I want to plug the Width of the Post podcast. Also, the Take Me Home podcast on Radio Leeds. And also the official Bradford one. There's, including us, 5 podcasts at the minute, Bradford City podcasts. So feel free to follow everybody and also the love and the support. And let's basically get Bradford podcasts up and running. So today's podcast, we'll be talking about the post-match Huddersfield game, the pre-match Cardiff game, the weather forecast for the Cardiff game, latest news, also what's on your plate, and if we chat about, vent about anything. And also, because it's going to be a short podcast today, we'll be just touching on, obviously, Carlisle and Crewe through the other people who support them. So if you do want to come and talk about your team, feel free. So, I should be joined by Graham.
Evening.
And if you just want to quickly plug your podcast, Graham.
Yep, so I'm Graham, the Yorkshire Cumbrian, and I do the Every Game is Away Day podcast based around Carlisle United and what's going on in the National League.
Then we've got Jack, who is officially now a regular on the Chickens on the Loose podcast.
Evening, Johnny.
And
evening, everyone else.
We've got Josh as well, who's become a regular. And if you do fancy you want to join,
Evening.
just search for Chickens on the Loose podcast on X. So, Jack, just quickly get your thoughts on the Huddersfield game, please.
Oh my, where do I start? Absolutely buzzing with the result. I didn't think that we would have beat them, to be honest, the way that we did. The first 20 minutes of the game, we were in a lot of pressure from Huddersfield. They were just constantly attacking. Obviously, their striker had a shot. In like the first 10 minutes, it came off Aidan Baldwin and it dipped down, and luckily it hit the crossbar. Obviously, in the first half, that was like the most major thing Huddersfield did. Since that happened, we switched on. The tactics that we did was amazing. The players just had that like oof about it. The fans were incredible from the first minute to the 90th minute. Bobby Poynton, what an absolute goddamn fucking player. Sorry for my language, but what a player. 21 years old, and who would have thought that Bobby Poynton would bang 2 goals in the back of the Huddersfield's net. Absolute limbs in every single stand. Huddersfield didn't look very scary to me, to be fair. Obviously we had that little iffy at the first 15-20 minutes. The only time that they really caused any trouble was the last 5 minutes of the game. I don't know, I'm speechless. I still can't get my head around it. I had a few beverages with Haroon and some of his mates. Had a lovely walk down Manningham Lane. Obviously, a few things kicked off, but it always does, especially with derby days. Other than that, I'm just absolutely over the moon with the 3 points that we've got and roll on Cardiff.
And sneaking through the back door, like always, Haru, what was your thoughts on the Huddersfield game, who's also a regular on the podcast and on from the Bantam Zone?
I enjoyed it, but honestly, obviously, I've had a few drinks with Jack before post-match, but honestly, we honestly, like, Bradford 3, Huddersfield Town 1. Obviously, Bradford came out with somewhat to prove, not playing them in a while against Huddersfield. And then, first half especially, we did just that. Our BP23, Bobby, opened the scoring in just the 18th minute, then struck it again before half-time. Then, obviously, adding to his growing rep as player, then obviously with his hat-trick as well. Who could ever say that Bradford-born, Bradford fan, obviously from his own life-born point does the bags a hat-trick, and obviously in the West Yorkshire derby against Huddersfield, we've not played him in a while, making it 3-0. We break a cushion. The Huddersfield fans simply never looked capable of clawing back. Huddersfield did grab a goal, though, by Redmond in the 80th minute, but by then, Bradford have already done the damage. Obviously, what impressed me was, it wasn't just the goals. Obviously, the goals really impressed me with Bobby and everything like that, scoring against Huddersfield, his rival as well. And what impressed me the most was the way that we handled the pressure. Huddersfield had their moments early on from a lot of corners and probbing, they were basically giving us all their full attack in the first 15, 20 minutes. Well, we stayed solid, counter-attacked well, and took our chances when they came. The atmosphere was alive. The fans got what we wanted as fans, bouncing up and down the Corp, Midland Road, and the family stand. Atmosphere was alive. And this just shows how we are a contender. This basically shows how we are the contenders in this League One campaign. Honestly, it was such a special moment for all of us as fans, especially a lot of the older fans, a lot of the younger fans as well, who've never seen a West Yorkshire derby in their life. Do you know what I mean? But like, honestly, like, I don't know how to put this more into words, but before the game, it was amazing walking from North Parade to the Valley Parade. Obviously, that all kick off outside the Bradford Arms with the Bradford fans and the Huddersfield fans. The chanting and stuff like that was just amazing. And then once we got inside the Valley Parade, 24,000 basically attendance, which is another record breaking, basically, I'm pretty sure. And once again, amazing from Bradford City, amazing to Huddersfield as well, obviously putting the CEO putting the wreath down at the headstone at Valley Parade. Massive respect for that. And good on them for coming in their numbers, obviously filling Middle Road and the TL Dallas stand, but also massive well done to Bradford City fans for filling the whole of Valley Parade. And that's all I really got to say from that game, was that we smashed them. We took the 3 points of them and they can fuck off. That's all I can say.
Yep. So my thoughts on the game, I've been listening to a couple of podcasts today, especially Huddersfield podcasts, while at work, and they were just basically saying that their manager didn't have a clue how to basically sort the stuff out. In the first 15 minutes, they were just peppering us. I think they hit the bar and there's got a load of corners. But then Graham Alexander played his power move by warming up Andy Cook, and that got the fans going. So I think that changed everything about a little bit there. Bobby Poynton scored 2 goals, and also Josh Neville scored the other one. It's been confirmed Neville's goal is the 3rd goal, and it's not Bobby Poynton's. What's a shame. Shame Bobby didn't get his hat-trick, but you never know if he touched it or not. Anyone else? Graham, did you see...
Why did you get the match ball then?
Graham, did you see the game, the Huddersfield game, or the highlights?
Yeah, I've seen clips, and yeah, it looked a completely different Bradford side from the week before. They looked like they'd got the mojo back from what they'd had at the start of the season, and yeah, it was a really good, competent performance, I think.
Haru, you got your hand up?
Just want to say with the thing with the parents saying his Poynton's 3rd goal. Apparently, when he did that interview for BBC Radio Leeds, apparently that they slowed the footage down, and it was confirmed apparently that it was Poynton's 3rd goal to get him his hat trick.
Yeah, it's been confirmed by the EFL. Though. It's been confirmed by EFL. It's
been confirmed by the EFL. Right, correct. Got you.
Jackie, got your hand up?
Got you.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that obviously we had a shit performance against Doncaster 2 weeks ago. Well, over a week and a half ago now. And the thing is that the wake up call that we needed? Because for me, that was a massive wake up call. It's like the the games in League One aren't going to be easy. We know this. Everyone knows this. But we're shocking other clubs. Like we beat Wickham at the start of the season. Obviously, they were playoff tenders last season. Obviously, they've just sacked their manager and got Dogshagger's old manager.
I was going to get on.
Sorry, my bad. Obviously, beating Luton, newly relegated side, and I've been watching a few podcasts as well with Huddersfield fans, and obviously there was a League Two fan that did it with a Bradford fan. His name's Cod Vlogs, which his name is actual Ben. He's a Fleetwood fan, and he's been following us for a bit, and he's quite shocked that like us and Doncaster could be the newly promoted sides that push that top six. And I'm
100%.
hoping for that. And our squad at this moment in time is strong. Obviously, we are going to start getting injuries. We're going to start getting cards. We're going to start getting red cards. And we're going to start getting bans. But we've got that squad at the minute where we're showing dedication and we're quite scaring other opponents. It's like Cardiff isn't going to be an easy game, but we'll see.
Josh, you've got your hand up, mate?
What are you going to do about the match ball then?
I don't know. He nicked it, hasn't it? He's nicked the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, hasn't he?
That's always good. But I'm not a Bradford fan, but you've done good this season start. I've watched a few games. You're looking strong. I didn't think you would have been up there that much.
Yeah. Mark, I've sent you an invite if you do want to join. So give me a minute. I just need to do something before. Haru sent me it, but I think I've saved. Haru, do me a favour. Send what you've just sent me on WhatsApp, will you? So then I don't have to bounce between about 18 different stuff. So, Old School Mark, I've sent you an invite if you want to join. We're going to talk about your club in a bit. So, moving on. Bloody hell. Balls have just dropped.
It's been sent to group chat, Johnny.
Cardiff City versus Bradford at 3:00 on the 20th of September, and this game is not live on Sky. So if you want to watch it, probably Bradford, Bantams TV, be on there if you're international. So live from the Cardiff City Stadium, and the referee is Martin Wood. And Mr. Wood has had 3 appearances in League One. He's dished out 8 yellow cards, no second yellows, no reds, no penalties. In League 2, he's had 1 appearance, 5 yellow cards, no second yellows, 1 red, no penalties. Altogether, he's had a massive 4 games, 13 yellow cards, no second yellows, 1 red, no penalties. And for people who love their stats, Cardiff have scored 10 goals in their last 5 matches, have kept the most clean sheets in competition with 5, haven't lost in 10 matches. Bradford have scored 12 goals in their last 5 matches, average 1.8 goals per match, and Bobby Poynton is the competition's top goal scorer with 5. Should be 6, but it's 5. So Bradford City's last couple of games, they've won Stoke 3-0 in the Cup, beaten Wimbledon 3-2, beaten Grimsby in the Mickey Mouse Trophy 2-1, lost against Doncaster 3-1, beaten Huddersfield 3-1. Cardiff has beaten Luton 1-0, they've beaten Cheltenham 3-0, smashed Plymouth 4-0, Stockport they drew 1-1 with a very lucky last minute goal to draw, and they've beaten Exeter City 1-0. And because there is no Simon Parker article, and I'll say thanks for Haru for sending me this. Team news, for Bradford, Till out for a couple of months after hamstring surgery. Patterson is under the concussion protocol, and if no one has seen it, one of our players has smashed the ball against his face and he's gone down with a head injury, so they've ruled him out for Saturday. Byrne is back in full training and is in contention. Cav is running, date penciled in to return, building up fitness, and Joe Wright sounds like a couple weeks. Park trained, unusual injury is now being described. So yeah. So then, thank you for sending me that, Haru. So then, I have to go now over to Scores 24 Live, website. So, Cardiff because I know people wanted me to do a bit more stats, so here you go. So Cardiff, the team's most recent official match took place 16th September, EFL Trophy, possession. So thoughts on the League One season. Cardiff have engaged in 7 fixtures, resulting in 5 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw. Cardiff stand basically they're the top of the league at the minute. Cardiff have scored 11 goals. Cardiff have allowed 2 goals conceded. So Bradford have won 5. Drawn 1, won 1. Oh, sorry. Got my teeth back in. Bradford have won 5, lost 1, drawn 2. Stats. Match played in the tournament is 7 versus 8, wins 5-5. Win percentage is 71-63. And then there's a loss. So, where are we? Back here. Okay, so starting off with you, Haru. What's your thoughts on the Cardiff game?
Yep. Cardiff will be a very tough game. Obviously, currently unbeaten in League One at the moment in time. Obviously, managed to get a very lucky equaliser when they played on Saturday and to make that 1-1. Very lucky equaliser because they did not score that, and if they'd basically lost that game, we'd have been first in the league still. But obviously they equalised. The game itself, it will be a very tough game. Obviously first and second competing for number 1. I've got a feeling there will be goals. Obviously goals happening. I've got a feeling there will be cards happening. Both sides are very competitive in the League One campaign. Bradford themselves, we have been doing amazingly apart from that Doncaster game. We have been on form, even though currently our away form is not that good. But I've got a feeling we'll just get there and we'll just do it. But I don't see us losing. I don't see us winning. I've got a feeling we might draw that game. I've got a massive feeling we will draw that game because they're both really tough sides to play against, honestly. So if I'm looking at the stats and I'm looking at the players, obviously we're still out injured. Pato ruled out. Obviously, Joe Wright, obviously don't think he's going back yet. Obviously, we are going back to the injury time, just like what happened last season when we started dropping on form, we started losing games due to injury reasons. But obviously, we've been rotating the squad. It looks like we should be fine on injury-wise, but do not let that say that. I'm not going to say that we're fine because sometimes we do say that, and sometimes we do horrific. But yeah, it's gonna if it happens again, what happened last season when as soon as we start getting injured, we start losing our heads, going out of form. We cannot have this happening on Saturday. We cannot have that happen because this is first and second place. It's going to be a highly hard game to play. It's going to be high hopes for Bradford fans and Cardiff fans. They're both going to be on the edge of their seats. Who's going to get top at league first? But yeah, that's all I can say, Chris. It's going to be a very difficult game. That's all I've got to say about that game.
Jack?
Yeah, it's like Arun said, it's not going to be easy. Our away form at the moment is not on top, as you're seeing with Doncaster. Yeah, we're starting to get injuries, but in my opinion, I don't think the form will fall off because if you look from Saturday, we only had 1 injury that game, and that was obviously Pato getting hit in the face with the ball, and obviously concussion protocol. I've actually done some homeworks this time. Cardiff is one of the youngest squads in League One this season, and we're one of the oldest squads. So would that affect us because of young players? Cardiff are a very, very good side, and obviously they're unbeaten. They're at their own ground. In my opinion, I think they've got one of the best defence in the league. I think in my opinion, I think we'll go either draw or we'll lose. The last time we played Cardiff was in 2004 and we lost 1-0. So, we just got to turn up and hopefully we do turn up. But if we don't turn up, then we don't turn up, do we? We know how to deal with not turning up. But, I'm not, my heart says that we're going to win, but I think it's either going to be a draw or a loss from me.
Okay, so thoughts on the Cardiff game from me. Obviously there'll be changes because we've got injuries. but I think we're going to win it 1-0. I think we're going to play well. And obviously there's quite a lot of us going down. I think 2,000 odd of us going down there. So I'm hoping Graham Alexander does the right thing and picks a really strong team to dominate the game. Obviously I know we've got Newcastle on the Wednesday, but this is a massive game. So I'm hoping he puts a full strength squad out and hopefully we do well. And yeah, Mark, have you got any thoughts on the Cardiff game? I know you're a Notts County fan.
Seeing Cardiff in pre-season, I thought that was really, really good. And they played really good. Jack was at that game as well.
I was,
yeah. They've got a lot of quality in that side as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think it's going to be a tough game for you, but you shouldn't go in it, your players shouldn't go in it fearing them. You know what I mean?
And Graham, have you got any thoughts on the Cardiff game?
Yeah, following on from what Mark said, I think it'll be a tough fixture for you. Hopefully, off the back of that morale boost again on Saturday against Huddersfield, it'll make things very interesting. If you play like you did last Saturday, I can't see why you couldn't win it. Obviously, Cardiff are up there for a reason. But yeah, if you play like you did last Saturday and not the Saturday before, I think you'll be absolutely fine.
Okay. So quickly I'll do the weather forecast. So the weather forecast for Saturday, the sun rises at 6:56 a.m. and sets at 7:15 p.m. It's going to start off cloudy and then rain typically at 12 to 1, and then it's going to brighten up. It's going to be about, it says here, according to the Met Office, it's going to be 15 degrees up to about 12 o'clock, and then it's going to drop to 10 degrees. So just make sure you bring something warm, and that's your weather forecast. So I know normally this is where I go through each individual team, but because my PC is probably going to update any minute and shut down any minute, I'm just going to go through, get Mark and Graham and Josh just to tell them about your team. So Mark, old Mark, what's going on at Notts County at the minute?
Not a lot this week. Not a lot's gone off, but hopefully the pitch is a lot better than from the Fleetwood game. It's had a couple of weeks to recover from the infection. Mushrooms. It's going to be a tough game. Obviously, we lost to Gillingham last week by 1-0. Would like to see a reaction, a good performance, but another tough game. On the overall of the fixtures, we're in front. We usually beat Crawley at home, but who knows with this side this season. And
do you want to just quickly plug your podcast as well, Mark?
Oh, yeah, it's Knots and Bolts on all socials.
And are you doing your EFL post-match show thing this weekend or anything?
That's tomorrow night on X, 6:45, I believe.
Okay, I'll be tuning in. And Graham, obviously Carlisle fan from National League. What's going on at Carlisle?
Quiet week on the main. We've got no fresh injury concerns. We've got players coming back into contention. We've got Jordan Jones back to full fitness. Could possibly return at some point if he's part of the plans. Charlie Wyke, ex-Bradford, he's not a million miles away from being back to full fitness after his ankle injury. So we're not losing people, we're actually gaining people. We've got transfer rumours swirling around about Chris Clark coming from Peterborough. He was linked with us, Forest Green and York, but since then Forest Green and York have both said that they're not interested. So it's leaving a door open for us to sign him. But there's a stumbling block over his price and the agreement of his, what would be an original loan moving permanent in the summer. So yeah, we're just waiting to see what happens on that. We've got Altrincham this Saturday, and then we're away at York on Tuesday night. So yeah, big week coming up. Starting to play the top end of the National League teams now, so we'll see in the next couple of weeks what we're made of.
When does the National League transfer window actually close? I've seen Morecambe buying players, or bringing in players left, right and centre, but when does it actually close, Graham, the National League transfer window?
End of March.
Mid to the end of March. So it's open all season long, so we can sign players all the way through till, I think it's mid to late March.
That is bonkers. Imagine if you have that in, EFL. It would be horrible.
Bloody hell, that would be mad.
Mental. Josh, You Crew fan? Memory serves me correctly. So what's going on with Crew, mate?
It's not going the best at the moment. So, it's a tough league, but I think we can bounce back on Saturday. Yeah, and then just batter Notts County the week after, and we'll be back there, up the league. So yeah, no, got one of the best, good player coming back, so it could move us up a little bit.
Hey Josh, when you play us, won't that be like, and we beat you, won't that be like 1-4 in a row and lost 6 in a row?
It could be, mate. You never know, do you know what I mean? But yeah, it's going to be a good game this week and the week after. Yeah, that's all I've got to say.
And I think we've got Jake, who's a Sheffield United fan.
Yep.
So obviously, Chris Wilder has come back, and come back again. So what's your thoughts on Chris Wilder coming back?
Honestly, it's the ideal appointment. There were no other suitable candidates to what we needed for the club. Ruben Sellers was just panicking. We had much better options, but at the end of the day, we've fixed the issue, we think, so hopefully we can get a big 3 points up against Charlton on Saturday.
So this is going to lead me on to one question I want to ask all of you. Obviously, Jack and Haru, we've had it with Stuart McCall, come back 3 times. Mark, Graham, obviously Jake and Josh, and I've actually put Jack and Haru in this. What's your thinking on your thoughts of managers coming back after, like, they've left the club or they've been sacked? Starting off with Mark.
I'm against it, 'cause I think it's like when players do exactly the same and it don't always work out. You're expecting good things, but it usually turns sour. It's like going back to an ex, isn't it, Johnny?
Yeah. Graham?
It depends on what circumstances. If the manager leaves on amicable terms, then it always leaves the door open for him to return. We've had managers that have come back. We've had Paul Simpson. He's been in charge twice, maybe in fact 3 times. So we've had the same situation, and if he was to come back again, I'd welcome him with open arms. So yeah, it depends on what circumstances they leave, really. But
Haru?
I can agree with what Mark and Graham said there. It just depends on what the situation was when they first left, because if you get like a manager, for example, I'm going to do this, but I'm going to take Phil Parkinson into account, basically. For example, when Phil Parkinson left, then obviously there is a door for him to always come back into Bradford City, but if he ever does come back to managers, if, for example, Graham Alexander leaves or something, if Phil Parkinson does come back, obviously, everybody's going to want him to do the exact same thing what he did when he used to manage us, obviously, go on these amazing cup runs and stuff like that. But if he does fail that, it will turn things sour between him and the fans. So, to be honest, I'm for it and against it at the same time, because it just depends on what the situation is, like what Graham just said there.
Jack?
Yeah, I agree with them 3, what they're saying. It depends on the situation. In my opinion, going to Sheffield United, Chris Wilder, in my opinion, should have never been sacked last season. After being in the playoffs, getting them that far is an achievement. Then bringing a shit manager in, aka Ruben Sellers. I saw what happened when he was at Hull. Obviously, I am from Hull, and I have been to a few games when Ruben Sellers was the Hull manager. His tactics was poor. Everything that he was doing was poor. Obviously, seeing Liam Rossini getting sacked from Hull when they were pushing for playoffs, and then as soon as Liam Rossini got sacked, everything decided to fall down with Hull, and that is exactly the same thing that's happened to Sheffield United. Chris Wilder got sacked. As soon as Ruben Sellers comes in, everything falls apart, and now they've brought back in their old manager that got them to the playoffs, so hopefully they can switch round and Chris Wilder will get them back up to where they should be.
Jack? Jake?
Yeah, it's fully situational, like, with Conor Hourihane and Barnsley. It didn't end well for him, and it's the thing, I'd consider him a great player for the club, and the fans had just turned on him, like, and like with Wilder as well, if you can't replicate what you did before, the fans will not like it, so.
And last but not least, Josh. Are you here, Josh? Okay, that silence is a no. So my thoughts on Chris Wilder going back is if Jake, I hate when two J's are together. Jake, is it true that the Sheffield United manager got sacked due to AI or something? He didn't want to get involved with AI technology.
Yeah, I think it was half and half, that and the playoff final loss. Because we've got new owners, American, probably don't know much about the sport, expecting us to win it, and then when we done, they just brought toys out at pram. So also, yeah, with the AI thing, we've only used it this season, but none of the signings you're going to see for another 2 or 3 years, and 2 of the signings that were made last year with AI, we've already sold them off. One's gone to Spain. God, no, don't even know where he's been. I haven't seen him kick a ball for under 21s, no one. Then one of them, we're treating pre-season, he's gone to Scotland, so yeah.
So they might need to invest in Chat GPT instead of using the crappy thing that they're using now, innit?
Yeah.
So yeah, back to that Sheffield United. I just don't understand why they've gone back to him. Obviously they've got rid of him 3 times, Jake? They got rid of him?
Yeah, 3 times.
So they got rid of him 3 times and brought him back.
Got rid of him twice.
Then
he left first time, so.
And then they brought him back.
Yep.
If it works, it works. If it don't, they'll have egg on the face. Right, I'm going to move on to what Jack brought in earlier. The Wickham manager got relieved of his duties. And this is from Simon Parker in the TNA. Wickham have changed their head coach just 8 games into the season. Mike Dodds became the first League One boss to get sacked after collecting just 5 points from the opening 8 games. And the Chairboys have quickly replaced him with former manager Michael Duff. The 47-year-old former teammate of Graham Alexander at Burnley has also been in charge of Cheltenham, Barnsley and Swansea. Wickham, who lost 2-1 to City at Valley Parade opening day, are currently 19th in the league. A short statement this morning says Wickham wonders have today parted company with head coach Michael Dodds first coach Peter Shuttleworth. The board have reluctantly taken the decision and the club would like to place on record gratitude to Mike and Pete for their hard work, effort during their time. Wickham Wanderers wish them every success for the future. And Duff got sacked by Huddersfield in March. So hoping Mr. Dodd has enjoyed his massive payout while he's been sacked. So I'll just quickly get Mark and others' thoughts on that situation. Mark?
You on about the Wickham manager?
Yes, on about the Wickham manager.
I think it was only a bit, it was coming, wasn't it? Because they've had poor results compared to last season. And owners and chairman are not as lenient nowadays. They want promotion and stuff like that, and they're not prepared to do it over a long period of time. They want it the season after.
Graham?
You always get this silly season, don't you, at the start of the season, where if it doesn't settle down well, certain teams react and quickly fire a manager. It can work, but it can also have the other effect and it can just snowball. We did it last season. We sacked a manager ridiculously early, got one in, that didn't work, sacked him, and we got another one in, but by then it was just too late. So we always say you can't judge a table until you're at least 10 to 12 games in. So sacking a manager before then for me is absolutely ludicrous. If you're going to get rid of him in pre-season, or give him 12 games and then see where you are then. You've still got enough time in the season to save your season. So yeah, I'd just go see it for 12 games and then make a decision.
Haru?
Yeah, I completely agree with what Mark and Graham have just said, especially what Graham said about sacking him early in the season. But yeah, to be honest with me, with the Wickham manager, it really doesn't faze me at all. I could see it happening. Obviously, it wasn't settling in right, and obviously Wickham fought, obviously last season playoff contenders, and obviously they were having a shocking, not a good start this season. But yeah, it's like what Graham has just said. Obviously, with what happened with Carlisle, they sacked the manager early on, brought another one in, didn't go well, sacked him. They got, was it Hughesy in, and they're not bad. Then were too late. Like exactly what you just said. Give them 12 games. If you're going to keep them at the start of the season, give them 12 games. See where you are. If you don't like where you are, then sack them and get a new one in, or just sack them in pre-season. To me, the Wickham manager thing, it didn't really faze me because I could see it coming.
Jack?
Yeah, I massively agree. Yet again, to what three of them have just said. It was gonna happen. Obviously, sacking someone after 8 games is just extortionate. I just don't understand it. To be fair, when you asked me at the start of the season who was like the first 4 games, I will say now, if you ask me now who would be the first League One manager to get sacked, I wouldn't say the Wickham manager. I'd probably say the Peterborough manager, because obviously they haven't even won a game yet, I don't think. But it is what it is at the end of the day. If they're not doing great, they're not doing great. But just got to suck it up, aren't they, and see what the old dog shagger manager does.
And last but not least, Jake. If you're still here. Are you here, Jake? Okay. Right, moving on to one question on that. Actually, does any of you guys want to ask each other a question about anything? Mark?
On managers,
sorry, who?
on managers, Johnny.
Yeah.
So Bradford last season didn't have a very good start to the season. Imagine if Bradford sacked Alexander.
So that'd be ridiculous.
So if we
would, in my opinion, from what that, like, to the answer to that, we would be absolutely effed in the arse.
We would have been. We would have been ripped apart. Hang on, Mark, are you on about this? Are you on about last season?
Yeah, last season.
So, yeah, if we did that, we'd have been getting ripped apart by every single club in League Two. Not just playing wise, we'd have been ripped on like on Facebook on the League Two banter group. We'd be getting ripped to shreds as a club for sacking Graham Alexander if we did do that.
So if that goal didn't go in, for example, and we're still in League Two?
No, like how you
at the start of the season.
So at the start of the season. At the start, we didn't have a losing streak.
At the start of the season.
We didn't have a losing streak at the start. We just kept getting draws left, right, and centre.
Yeah.
The part that obviously, like, people wanted Graham out at Christmas. I was one of them.
Me too.
And I have been booted up the arse, and I have been proven wrong. Graham Alexander is like another Phil Parkinson for me. Now he's winning us games. He's got us promoted. If you asked me last Christmas, I would have said that I wanted him out and his tactics were shit. Because I thought last season when it was Christmas, it literally looked like Mark Hughes' tactics again. And obviously we didn't like Mark Hughes.
For you, it was like Mark Hughes' Premier League tactics try and make its way to League Two again.
But I obviously have been kicked up the arse. I have been proven wrong. And Graham Alexander, now, if he was to get sacked, I wouldn't be happy. So
I think there'll be a riot in Bradford for that. I've forgot, I don't know why, but a lot of the fans will be very angry what Roper and Sparks would have done if they did sack him. I've got a feeling that we would have done something for them to bring him back if they did sack him. Do you know, like how I know it's completely different, but you know, like how Sheffield Wednesday are boycotting games because of Chansiri. I've got a feeling with that we would boycott the games as well because they've sacked Graham. I don't know why, but it's just a feeling that we would have done it.
Graham, have you got any questions you'd like to ask anybody?
Not tonight, I don't think, Johnny.
Haru?
No, I don't think I've got any questions.
Jack?
Nope, no questions from me.
So, my question to all of you, obviously the Wickham manager got sacked earlier. So, in the bottom four, bottom five, shall we say, we've got Port Vale, Reading, Burton Albion, Blackpool, and Peterborough. Who is the next manager to get sacked in League One? I think it's going to be Steve Bruce, but I think he's going to get sacked when we play them, I think, in a couple of weeks' time. Mark, yourself, or even in your league, who do you think the manager in your league or League One's going to get sacked next?
I think it could be the Cheltenham Town manager. I don't know his name.
Is that Flynn? Is it Flynn?
I think it may be.
Yeah,
what team did you say, Mark?
Cheltenham Town.
I think who's it? Tell me who the manager is.
That is Michael Flynn. That's Michael Flynn.
The director of football retired, resigned as well yesterday. According to
he did.
Yeah.
But yeah, Cheltenham's manager Michael Flynn.
What about yourself, Graham? Even in your league or League One or League Two, do you think the next manager is to get sacked?
I totally agree with you, Johnny. I think it could be Steve Bruce. I don't think Blackpool are going to hang on too much longer. I don't think you're saying he might get sacked after playing you. I struggle to see him being there when they play, to be fair. So yeah, that or it'll be one of those teams that's in the bottom two of League Two. They're usually the first to go because no team likes to be down there for too long.
Blackpool play Barnsley on Saturday. And they're at home.
I think if they get beat by Barnsley at home, he'll be gone.
And then they'll obviously get new managed bounce against us, probably. Haru?
I could agree with that. I've got a feeling that it's going to be Steve Bruce for Blackpool. But I'm also thinking, could it be also Martin Ferguson, who's the Peterborough manager? Obviously, he's got relations to Sir Alex Ferguson and stuff like that. Darren Ferguson, the Peterborough manager, is either going to be him or Steve Bruce, the Blackpool manager. It's one of them two that'll get sacked next.
Even Reading are down there as well, and Burton. Obviously, Burton is what's his name?
Port Vale as well. Darren Marr.
Bradford. It's on tip of my tongue, but I forgot his name.
Which manager?
I used to manage. Oh, Gary Bowyer. That's it. Gary Bowyer's at Burton, so. See if he gets the sack in a bit. Last but not least, Jack.
Yeah, I agree with Steve Bruce. Blackpool's not doing very well at this moment in time. I agree with Graham. I don't think he'll even make Bradford if they lose to Barnsley, to be fair, because it's a big game for him, and obviously they're not doing very well. So, yeah, Steve Bruce for me.
Okay, and last but not least, should we say before we do last but not least, the penultimate, whatever you call it, I can't even say my words recently now. Mark, do you want to chat about, or vent about anything?
No, not really, Johnny.
Graham?
The fact that they're now talking about making a 6-team playoff in the Championship without even looking at bringing a third National League side up into the Football League, I think it's atrocious.
Oh, I've heard about that as well. What just Graham just said, and also, not really as much, but for Bradford fans who are listening to this, who are going to Cardiff on the Saturday, just get behind the lads. Do what you do, bring the atmosphere, bring your noise, once again, get behind the lads, and let's get this in the bag.
And I've got a good vent coming up. Jack!
Yeah, so I do have a vent. Obviously, the Huddersfield game on Saturday outside the Bradford Arms, it obviously kicked off.
Oh, that kick-off.
Yeah. I don't think, in my opinion, the police didn't help it. There was a few Bradford fans and a few Huddersfield fans that were being OTT'd, to my opinion, like glass bottles being thrown. Me and Haroon's mate, called Torchy, nearly got glassed by one of them bottles.
Hang on, Torchy got glassed?
Nearly. A glass came flying at us, and luckily a fellow Bradford fan stuck his arm out and stopped the glass from hitting us. But the police didn't really help any of it either. They pulled batons on people, which resulted me getting hit by one of them. When half of the fans were doing nothing except from chanting. Chanting and banter is fair enough, but do not chuck pyros, glass bottles and cans at other fans / police. But the police didn't help it as well, because when we started walking down to the ground, the police started to move the Huddersfield fans into the middle of the Bradford fans, and obviously that isn't going to help anything.
That's just stupid, of course. That's going to clash it. That's going to kick off even bigger.
Exactly. So, and to the 4 Huddersfield fans, well, mainly 2 of them, that were tragedy chanting, I hope you get charged, and I hope you get banned, because...
Yeah, because they've been arrested, according to the police and Bradford say that the Huddersfield fans that were tragedy chanting about the 56 have been arrested. That's all I've been told at the moment in time.
But yeah, that's my event. And I just want to say that I love being on this podcast, and I love listening to Graham's podcast, and I love listening to Harry's and Mark's podcast as well. When I come home from college, I can just sit there, chill, and listen to them all, and the content on it is absolutely amazing.
Thank you, Jack. It's much appreciated.
Yep.
Thank you, Jack.
So, my 2 vents, before my voice goes, is obviously backing up Jack on the situation what happened at the Bradford game, where I think like 4 people got arrested, 2 people for drinking in front of the pitch, and then 2 people obviously chanting.
Apparently it was 6, Johnny. Apparently it was 6. 2 of our fans and the rest were Huddersfield fans, apparently.
The basically disaster chanting, because I can't say the word, is disgusting, and I 100% agree with Jack. I hope they get sorted out, fined, banned and everything, because it's absolutely disgusting bringing that to the ground. But my second vent, and it's going to involve the National League. So, Graham, with the National League, you have to pay some money, don't you, to watch the National League separate, and you also, Dezan, do a highlight show.
Yeah, that's correct.
And the last couple of months or weeks, shall we say, Dezan has not been uploading the highlights. I think the last time they got uploaded was the 28th of August. So I'm a bit disappointed, because I like watching, obviously, keeping an eye out on Mark Hughes at Carlisle, Morecambe games and other teams, stuff like that. But it's just annoying me that you pay money for highlights and they're not producing them. I don't know if I'm missing something, but when I've been looking, last time they got updated were the 26th of August.
Yeah, I've seen that the highlights haven't been coming on. The full match replays have still been uploaded, because I rewatched bits of the Carlisle game earlier on in the week. But yes, it just seems like it's a poor setup at the moment. They have broadcasted this week that they're improving their their extended match day stuff. So the games that kick off at 12:30 and 5:30 are getting a better showing. So there's going to be more cameras. There's going to be more extensive pre and post match analysis. So I think they might have been focusing on that. I'm not 100% sure, but I will have a look into it and I will get back to you.
Yeah, because I like watching, like, obviously Match of the Day, the Football League highlights show when ITV decide to show it again, and obviously watch a bit of highlights of the National League. Right, Mark, what's on your plate?
What did I have tonight? You know, it's that long ago. Oh, I had butter pie and chips.
Graham?
And gravy.
I had sausage, egg and chips.
Haru?
I'm actually due to go out in about half an hour, but we're going to go to a restaurant. I'm gonna have a steak with chips and peppercorn sauce.
It is. Jack?
I think I'm just going to have a little light tea tonight. I think I'm going to go to the shop and buy a frozen garlic bread.
Nice. Are you going to change it to Peter Kay and go garlic bread?
Garlic bread.
Right, Mark and Graham, just one more last time if you and just advert your podcasts.
Yeah, so Knots and Bolts on all socials.
And the Every Game is Away Day podcast, which is currently only available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify and Amazon Music, but I am in the process of getting it out there a little bit more. So yeah, just keep an eye out on my TikTok, Instagram and X, and I'll keep you all updated.
And I want to say, obviously, plug our podcast, Chickens on the Loose podcast, on all podcast services. Also, give 1911 podcast a good. There's Chris and I think it's Deck, if I'm saying it correctly. They're good lads. Chris always listens to this, so give Chris podcast a follow. Also, we have got With the Post, what's always a good podcast. Also, Take Me Home on Radio Leeds, listen to that one. And also, Bradford City have joined the friendly podcast wars, and like always, listen to all these podcasts and just basically listen to them. Get Bradford City out there. And it's that time, guys. I want to say thank you to Mark, Graham, Haru, Jack, and others for all joining. If you do like what you're hearing, Chickens on the Loose podcast and all podcast services. If you think we've been good today, leave some feedback. If you think we've been shit, leave some feedback. Small Facebook page, Up the Chickens, where we do Golden Goal, and also we've got Super 6, what's just out now and is new, so go and feel free to join us over there. The podcast will be back next Tuesday at 6 p.m. Hopefully no technical difficulty issues, and we'll be talking about the Newcastle game. So it'll be a massive game, so if you support any team, feel free to come and join me. And yep, that's it. Wherever you are in the world, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Hope Bradford do beat the Cardiff and peck them. Good night.
Mark, if we beat you on Thursday, I absolutely love it, in the words of Kevin Keegan.
Allocated, Tommy Lee lifted up towards the edge of the area. Byrne tries to get underneath it. Lashley will hit it. Deflected. It's in. That's the move. Unbelievable. That's the move. Unbelievable. In the dying seconds, Bradford City have found the goal that sends them automatically into League